What's up, Snackcast?
Aloha.
We are back with day 2 of inflammation. And what are we going to talk about today?
Inflammation?
So, I guess what we're going to talk about today is how do you know if you got it?
Well, we've talked about briefly what is it,
Right.
And, obviously it's overreaction of white blood cells, your overreaction of your body to go and fight, to attack, right?
Overreaction may be the wrong word. It might be proper
In
reaction.
the South Korean airliner, something wrong. So something's wrong with your body. Your body is trying to fight it, and a reaction occurs, and the reaction is inflammation.
Yeah.
So inflammation gets a bad rap.
For sure.
I mean,
It's usually symptomatic of something else that's wrong that we like to ignore as humans.
You got to put a little pin in that because I want to go back to that a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So we talked about the 4 or 5 majors, right? Redness, swelling, heat, pain, loss of function. These are signs that you have inflammation.
This is why I wanted you to do the intro, because
But there's a ton of other ones, right? That are not so obvious. Weakness, right? You feel a little weaker at the gym. You feel a little weaker in general. Your diet maybe wasn't really good or something, and you're not able to do. Maybe you're having a tough time getting out of bed.
so fatigue as well.
Yeah, fatigue.
Right? Ties in.
We talked about like fibromyalgia, joint pain, arthritis, arthritic flare-ups. I mean, those happen all the time for people.
Yeah.
There might be a connection back to certain events and things that you did, especially diet related that come up. One that I've actually been dealing with the last 2 to 3 weeks now is stomach issues. And that can come, not TMI, in multiple forms, right?
Right.
Cramping, diarrhea, constipation, that can come. And that's a sign of actually inflammation. And what I'm doing now is, diet elimination, right? Fasting, slowly adding things back.
Tell the viewer, what do you think you figured out?
I think that it's either caffeine or something in Pepsi Zero that kind of threw me in for a loop.
Right.
It could be not enough water instead of that, but I tried to. I went through a phase there for like a week or so that I was killing some Pepsi Zeros, and then surprise! All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you got issues.
Stomach's not working right.
It could be alcohol as well. Not that I've been drinking a ton of alcohol lately, but it could be alcohol-related dehydration, and your body's reacting to not enough water.
Right.
So, interesting one, brain fog, or as Joe versus the Volcano said, brain cloud.
Brain cloud. He had one.
Right? Forgetfulness. Who was that guy that I just talked to? Who was that guy, that gal? What did I do yesterday? I mean, these are all
Right.
like signs you're not real sharp. One that's really interesting and is masked a lot is allergies. Allergies can be a direct relation to inflammation.
So wouldn't that be actually it's not allergies, but we label it as that?
Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
But hey, I got a Zyrtec for you if you want that.
Right.
Itching, and one that goes in the coughing, phlegm, allergy category again. And then really a couple others. Depression is one as well. And
Yep.
then belly fat in particular, but fat in general. If you see not just, I've gained a couple pounds kind of fat, but if you look at someone, you see that kind of really swollen look. You ever seen the guys at the beach in the mankini and the
Oh, dude, and it looks like you could pop it.
right, and the thing
Yeah.
would just, and yeah, that is not just fat. But there is tremendous amount of swelling that's going on there.
So at the end of the day, like that guy on the beach, inflammation is really our body almost screaming at us, going, hey, to your point, something wrong, right? It's trying to communicate to us that there may be some kind of change we need to make, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess that's another episode, but this is really more about trying to identify, am I inflamed? Am I dealing with something? And so the whole behavioral aspect of it, depression, and it's more than just depression. I think we're using that as a loose label. But how does inflammation really drive behavioral? Are you talking about like too much alcohol and I wake up and I'm moody and
I think it's all across. I think it's all across the board. I think that inflammation is your body's reaction to a stemming issue that's going on. We move this around where I want. But I mean, and I guess that's the issue is we look at the symptom as the problem, and I guess that's what I want people to get out of this Snackcast is the symptom isn't the problem. There's an underlying issue that's the problem that you got to get after. And if you try to throw a pill down your throat or you try to do something there, you're really only going to create another problem. We're not going to get to the actual solution. The solution is there somewhere. It's your job to go find it.
It reminds me of that. We actually printed it and showed it in a prior Snackcast, the doctor and the patient. Your diet is causing problems. Should I change my diet? No, here's a pill.
Right. Yeah, I almost cringed last night. There was I guess there had some really good results with a diabetic drug where people lost like 45 pounds, and they failed to eliminate or discuss that the people that took the drug had, nutrition training and everything else associated with it, and exercise versus the control group, which didn't, and you're like, okay. But again, even if it was the drug that caused the results, that's not a long-term fix. That's a very, very short-term fix.
Right.
So, okay, so I asked you to stick a pin in it, and cytokine storms with regard to COVID, right? Someone gets COVID, and they got these cytokine storms, and if you remember, that was a buzzword. This dramatic amount of inflammation.
I've got a brain cloud myself trying to figure out what that's from.
So they had a tremendous amount of overinflation, basically almost an autoimmune type response. Everything in the body reacted to the cytokine storm, and that was like this massive well up of inflammation, right? Was it COVID that caused that, or were there underlying issues to begin with that caused the cytokine storm?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sure.
So inflammation is not the problem. Right?
I agree.
It's a fantastic tool to help you understand that.
It's the body talking to you.
Right.
Going, hey, dude, something's wrong.
Right. Keep doing the same thing and we're going to be in trouble. Real trouble.
Right. Right. All right.
So, I think that's it.
We ran long today, but that's all right. I think it was a good one. Questions, comments, concerns, hit us at snackcast@yes.fit.
Stay moving.
See ya.